Hello everyone, it's Melanie. I have a flip through today of a journal that I am going to put in my Etsy shop. This journal is made from a commercial book cover, so it's an altered book cover. And then I recovered the cover with a piece of a vintage quilt. So this quilt I have no idea about the age. It does have machine stitching on it, and the stitch length on some of the stitching is just tiny, which makes me think that it was made on an old Singer. It's in very, very loved, excuse me, very loved shape. This is all sewn together well. It's not going to come apart, but there are these little pieces or little holes kind of all over the journal, or all over it, and that's where the quilt was tied. So it was machine pieced, and then it was tied to the other layer, to the through the batting and then into the backing. And it does have some stains and things on it, but it's a very loved old piece of quilt. And I did wash it. It still smells great. So from the so it's well loved, and it's nicely attached to the cover. So this journal has 2 signatures. The cover is 6 1/4 inches wide by 9 1/2 inches tall, and it has a 1-inch spine. But the book itself is, because I put so much paper, or I put so much fabric in, it's almost 2 inches on this side. I mean, you can squeeze it down all the way, but it already kind of wants to open up. So I made a tassel for it. This tassel has a plastic bead on it, and then just some yarns and trims and ribbons that kind of coordinated with these fabrics for the quilt. It has a button closure, and the elastic that's on here is there's plenty of room here for it to grow and still close. So the tassel comes off like that, in case it gets in your way. Like I said, there are 2 signatures. The pages inside are 6 inches wide by 9 inches tall, and there are 16 folios in each signature. So that's a total of 64 pages per signature and 128 total pages in the book. So once I covered the outside of the book with the vintage quilt, I used a piece of wallpaper to make new end pages on the inside. And it is a little bit bumpy because of all the seams in this quilt, you know, when I wrapped it around. So that's what that bumpiness is under there. So let me do a little flip through of the pages. Here's the title page, and it has it has a little, just a Project Life card with a little glittery tab on it. And I sewed a lot of fabric to the edges of these pages, and I just love it. I love the way it looks when it's closed. So this one has a little fabric edge, and then there are a lot of painted, this is just the paper that I paint with just paint it with a gift card. This page is from a sewing book and an envelope. Old book pages. This is, and then it's got new scrapbook paper. This is a little journaling card with a cluster on it. Some coffee dyed composition paper. Pages out of one of those golden book encyclopedias. Some coffee dyed music paper. Another journaling card with a trim on the top of it. There's a journaling card with a little cluster on. Cute little ruffle all the way down the side. Here's another journaling card with a little bird stamp cluster. Painted pages. This is from a needlework book. This is coffee dyed composition paper and painted notebook paper. There's a doily, old book pages, more ruffles. This is a fabric pocket, it's a piece of cotton fabric. And this is some scrapbook paper that I got a little bit of, I smeared a little bit of paint on it, or spread a little bit of paint on it. It's got a corner pocket. That cluster, I guess I didn't staple on, so that one you could move around or put it wherever you wanted it. It's another journaling card. Fabric on the edge. There's a little tuck spot. Doily. Fabric. Lots of painted pages, and just like all my other journals, this journal has a lot of room to either write directly into the journal or to write on something else and then tape it in. But there's plenty of room to put photos and ephemera and writing and things like that. Some more tabs. I like that cluster. That's cute. Some more coffee dyed paper with a doily on there. Some more fabric. This is some, I think this is from like a coloring book type of thing that my daughter didn't want. There's a little treat bag there to put something in. It's a wallpaper pocket. Another envelope. Another pocket and journaling card. This is a cardstock with some paint on it to kind of coordinate with that. These are painted pages with, this one has some iridescent pearl on it. Doily sewn on. More painted pages and doilies. Pocket. More painted pages and journaling cards with clusters on them. A little tuck spot with a journaling card. Wildflower book, pages from a wildflower book. And these little flowers that I've clipped on, these are just some watercolor flowers I did, and then I just printed them out and trimmed them, cut them out, and I've used some of them to make little embellishments on the journaling cards. One has a little cluster clipped on. So, there you go. I really love this journal. It will be hard to let it go, but like I said, I just have so many that, you know, I need to share them. So check out my Etsy shop if you like this journal, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you. Bye.